it's almost Christmas, my beautiful geekies, and if this movie teaches us anything, is that a quick present to give our friends is a good old stab in the back. Collateral Beauty is directed by David Frankel, written by Alan Loeb, and it stars Will Smith, Edward Norton, Michael Pena, Kate Winslet, Ellen Mirren, Keira Knightley, Jacob Lattimore, and Naomi Harris. This tells the story of a man who is a very successful company owner, and he owns this company alongside his best friend, Edward Norton. A few years later, after the passing of his child, he's completely depressed, he's isolated from everyone else, he doesn't care about anything, he doesn't care about anyone, but he writes letters to time, death, and love. These are concepts that he believes that connect people all around the world, connect humanity. And one day he is visited by the embodiments of these abstractions. Or so the trailers make you believe. I cannot tell you the plot of this movie without you considering it a spoiler, because this is not at all what the movie sells you. I'm going to give a minor spoiler warning. I'm not going to say how characters end up, I'm not going to say how the story flows, I'm not going to reveal any major revelations, but I have to tell you what is the true plot of this movie, and you might consider that a spoiler, so I'm going to give you just 3 seconds to exit if you want to watch this movie. My recommendation is do not watch it. And I'm going to tell you the plot in 3, 2, 1. The real plot of this movie is Will Smith's co-workers and friends, Kate Winslet, Edward Norton, Michael Pena, hiring these 3 actors to play the incarnations of these 3 abstractions that Will Smith is writing letters to. They pay him, and so they can save their jobs, and they can fire Will Smith's ass because he doesn't care about anything. Every single character in this movie is horrible. These people are horrible people. They are stabbing their friend in the back. They are betraying his trust instead of confronting him once and for all, instead of being frontal about this subject that the company is going down. They go around it and try to twist this man's mind. And they have this private investigator that goes after Will Smith, chasing him, knowing what he's doing, and filming his interactions with these 3 actors. But then, in some magic way, because in no way outside of Hollywood will they have such good special effects, they delete these actors from the footage and pretend that Will Smith is crazy. And Will Smith, look, I understand the guy's going through a tough period. He's lost his child at 6 years old. I mean, what the hell? A guy can't recuperate from it. But there's one scene where Kate Winslet goes to tell him, look, they asked me to tell you to go to this meeting, and if you don't go, we are going to all get fired from this company that we have a partnership with. And Will Smith's just like, yeah, okay, I won't go to that meeting. And she says, we are going to get fired if you don't. And he's like, yeah, okay. I mean, I can't even be on the side of the guy who lost his child and is traumatized for the rest of his life. Why? And there are so many plot holes in this movie that the plan of the actors together with the plan of the co-workers of Will Smith just doesn't make any sense. And he's going to this therapy session with Naomi Harris, who's actually the only decent person in the whole movie. And even that plot feels like it's too much crammed in. And then, come the end of this movie, it tries to connect everything to give a resolution arc to every single character that is going on in this movie. And it just doesn't fit. And the final shot of this movie is just like, are you trying to be sympathetic with me? Are you trying to give me a little pat on the shoulder and telling me I actually was watching what I wanted to watch? Personally, when I first watched this trailer, I liked this concept for this movie. The hook is there. These embodiments of these 3 abstractions very much felt like A Christmas Carol, and this movie is set around Christmas time. But everyone is detestable. Even characters that at first are hesitant to do it, like, no, I'm not going to do this to our friend, it's horrible. But they do it anyway. And they are never confronting him about it. They are telling him, Howard, you're going to get fired if you don't do anything, blah, 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 blah. And he barely talks to anyone. He starts talking to the embodiments of the abstractions, but that's because he believes they are the embodiments of the abstractions. But there's never a confrontation. It's horrible. I cannot connect with any of these characters because they are horrible people. I'm not saying I'm a saint, but I would never do this to a friend. That is disrespectful. And the trailers and publicity and marketing for this movie show it being manipulative and making you want to watch something that is not even there at all. It's just mean-spirited. It's mean. That's the right word. Whatever I can say that is good about this movie are the performances. Will Smith is great, and I mean great. There's such a thing as the sexy cry, which sometimes works, but whenever Will Smith is crying in this movie, he is bawling his eyes out. I mean, you believe this guy, and at some points you connect to him, but then the toughest scenes that you have to watch with him handling the trauma and the sorrow of having lost his child are so quickly done. They start and they end just like that. And Edward Norton, he's the one who gets this plan, and he is all super happy about this because we are going to keep our jobs and we are going to throw our friend away. I don't care. That's his whole character. I swear to God. And I mean, he has a little backstory that I'm not going to reveal, but once the actors come into the picture, you just start to hate this guy even more because he clearly hasn't learned his lesson. And I swear to God, the dialogue is sometimes atrocious in this movie. There are things that the characters say that are very beautiful, they are very quotable, but they are clearly dialogue from a movie. Just everything that this movie should bring, joy and overcoming sorrow and trauma, it completely detaches from that and makes people all around the world seem horrible and make you not trust anyone, especially around this time of holidays. It's a special kind of awful that you are following these characters and that anyone would actually believe that any audience at all would connect to these people. I mean, who does this shit? This is honestly a movie that infuriated me because every scene that I was seeing a character progressing in their storyline, I was thinking, I freaking hate everyone in this movie. Solid performances, a solid Edward Norton that is charming because it's Edward Norton, because the character is horrible. Michael Pena, you kind of feel for him because he's kind of empathetic to all of these, but he's still participating in it, and it just infuriates you. Horrible writing, horrible dialogue, horrible characters, horrible plot points, and horrible plot holes. These are good performances that I wish they won't hurt these actors' careers because they don't deserve it. But still, this is one of the worst films of the year, and I will have to give it an expired milk. Hopefully, the last one. Not only because it is changing, but because I am seeing Assassin's Creed, and I'm crossing my fingers according to what I hear. What did you think of Collateral Beauty, my beautiful geekies? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? I hope you didn't watch this. Let me know what is your favorite movie from any of these actors in the comments below, and also go to the Facebook page. I'm giving you some updates on that, and until tonight, midnight, you can leave your questions about tomorrow's Voyager Q&A. Leave any topic you want about Voyager, the books, the short film, what I have for the idea of the web series, the characters, anything. And of course, like this review if you did, and share the video with your beautiful friends, and let them come into the beautiful geeky community where we can be geeky united. Thank you so much for watching, my beautiful geekies. You guys are the freaking best. I love you all. I can't wait to answer your questions tomorrow. Stay beautiful, stay geeky. Shit!